Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different. I'm kind of going to tell you what I'm going to be doing the next couple months. So, my first thing is I want to put 1,000 miles on that Datsun, as much as it is right now as I can. So if little things happen, I'm going to adjust it, but nothing big. I don't want to do any brakes, wheels, tires, whatever comes up until I put about 1,000 miles on it. I really want to kind of get to know it. I see a lot of project cars kind of just sitting right where they are in the garage all the time, and they just aren't driven. I kind of just want to get used to it and see what it does. A couple little things is I noticed the power band kind of cuts off right around 4,000. It still goes, but it's just not nearly as powerful as it is between about 1,500 and 3,800 RPM. Now I assume that's kind of the torque curve, but right now I have it running a little bit lean at idle, I believe, and I have it at about 12 degrees before top dead center right now. And I think that's okay the way it is. Let me know if you think I should change it, or if you have any input to get a broader power band or whatever. I've been noticing a lot of fumes inside the car when I'm driving it. I plugged up every hole I could find. The air vents, the vent that comes in for the heater, the holes in the firewall. I have the windows up where the shifter is, and I tried all these things, and then I called up one of the Z places online, and I'm like, what the heck? Why am I getting fumes in my cabin? And they're like, well, hey, do you have good gaskets on the taillights? And I'm like, I don't even have gaskets on the taillights. So I bought some gaskets, and because I'm cheap, I went on eBay, though they have pretty good ratings on eBay, so I'm going to kind of just see how it goes. About $65 for the set. I'm going to install those and then start driving it as much as I can. Right now, the fumes are just so bad, I don't want to go much longer than, I don't know, 10-15 minute drive at a time. I also recently put the electric fans in the car, and when it shuts off, the fans keep going and it does keep it cool. And I think I'm also going to try to reroute the hard fuel line back behind the engine and up along the firewall as best as I can, instead of just running a big hose right around the engine and everything. It looks pretty ugly right now, and that's one of the little things I'm probably going to work on. It's like a Saturday project. I am still working on the wiring diagram. It's just a ton of work. I have page after page after page after page. Just all my notes, all my drawings, all my mistakes, different colors I changed, and when I got it all done, there was one wire that was not consistent with the wiring diagram that had to do with the tachometer, and I had to actually make it work using another wire in it. It's a big mess. I'll just leave it at that. So, for the future, what am I going to do? Well, I really want to get rid of the rust, which will be another wintertime project. I figure I did the wiring last winter. This winter I'm probably going to tear it all back apart and weld in all new pieces. I'm just going to buy the new frame rails, buy the new floor pans online, just do it as easy as possible. It's probably going to be a big pain, big learning curve. I have to practice welding. I'm not really looking forward to this project, actually. I kind of just want to get it done. Hopefully by the time winter comes, I'll have more drive to do it. But for right now, I'm kind of just want to drive it and do the little things. Other than that, I actually called up a couple places, and I think I'm going to go with some, I think 16 by 8 by 0 offset. I'm also going to get some new tires, 215 by 40 by 16, of course. And it's either that or 215 45 by 16. We'll see what happens. I've narrowed it down to those two. I just want to get the stickiest tires I can for it, for that size. I know I just don't want to do any big modifications. I have the Eibach low-ring springs already, and I'm not going to switch to coilovers. Brakes. This fall, around the time when I do the tires and wheels, I want to put new brakes on the car. I'm going to go with the Toyota 4-piston calipers in the front, do the conversion with the Nissan Maxima rear brake calipers, do that converter from whatever Z website offers it, and that should be fairly simple and straightforward. I might end up running new brake lines throughout the whole thing, and I probably will put on a new master cylinder, but when that time comes, we'll worry about it. That's kind of in the cards right now. Finally, I decided really not to do the small block Chevy swap. I got the manual, I did all the wiring and everything, I was all set for it, but you know what? You start putting something like that in the car, you need to put new drivetrain parts, and just goes on and on and on. And it's like, where do you really want to stop? If I want this car to be perfect, I would start, honestly, probably with a different car to put that in. I want to kind of just leave the engine the way it is. Maybe a 280Z engine with a 5-speed overdrive transmission in the future. But with all that said, I don't even drive it enough right now. Like I said, the 1,000-mile thing is in the back of my head, and I kind of just want to get that done and really know how the car does. Finally, I've been doing some 3D printing, trying to get little parts for this car, and if you have any ideas as to what you'd like to see made, or if there's anything you'd like to have made, we maybe work something out. Maybe you could ship me the little part. I could try to 3D print it and make it correctly if it's broken or something, and maybe I'll try selling that on eBay. Right now I'm just selling the turn signal couplers, which, I mean, I put one in my car and I love it. I'm able to use my turn signal now. I might redo the horn piece that screws on that. I see is pretty flimsy as well. But let me know if you come up with any ideas or if there's anything in particular you think I should make. But other than that, see ya.